Good morning, and welcome to our newest edition of United We Learn. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Kelker, president of Your United Way, and today we are taking a closer look at how we engage volunteers within our community impact work. From longer-term positions like becoming a Vision Council member to one-time activities like participating in Day of Action. During our program, please ask questions using the chat option. We will wrap up in 15 minutes, and United Way staff and our guests will stay on to address any questions. If you are watching the recorded version and have a question, please send them to feedback@uwcil.org. Joining me today to discuss this work is Mitch Baker, our Community Impact Manager, along with Tammy Gilcrease, a United Way board member and longtime Day of Action coordinator for Security Bank, as well as Katie Patchy, who has served on our Financial Stability Vision Council since 2015 and has volunteered at many Day of Actions as a part of the Heartland Credit Union team. I'll start by sharing information about one of the most impactful volunteer opportunities we have here at the United Way, Vision Councils. A Vision Council is a group of 8 to 13 members that convene to guide our work. We have 4 Vision Councils, one for each of our issue areas: basic needs, education, financial stability, and health. These are individuals who have a wealth of expertise and passion in their given area. For example, on our Health Vision Council, you'll find members representing both nonprofit hospitals and SIU, as well as community activists and members with lived experience navigating our healthcare system. And while they may all come from different disciplines, each member shares a passion for this community's health, and that is what makes every one of our councils so successful. But what does the Vision Council actually do? Our Vision Councils have a split role. They are the volunteers that roll up their sleeves and dive into the data to assess community needs, review applications, and determine program funding. Then, check in with our funded partners on a quarterly basis to make sure our programs are making the greatest impact possible. Our Vision Councils don't just focus on issues surrounding funding, however. They also help advocate for our work in the community and create the vision for what our community impact work could be. They are also here to help our local programs make the most of their current resources. Our Health Vision Council, for example, saw more than just transportation when working with the Senior Transportation Program at Senior Services. They saw that riders created trusted relationships with their drivers. The Vision Council worked with the program to get these drivers training on senior-specific issues so they can help connect these seniors to local resources. These are the types of win-win opportunities that our Vision Councils help to create across all of our programs. And Katie Patchy is going to talk about what it's like to be on a Vision Council. Katie?
Thanks, John. My experience on the Financial Stability Council has been very rewarding and an eye-opening experience. Not many donors know how in-depth we go with each program. From the start of the funding process, we're reviewing applications, and we stay with these programs through interviews and quarterly reporting for years. One thing that makes the Vision Council and United Way funding so special is that we truly treat each program we work with as partners and not just grantees. We work together to create the most impact. That means if things aren't working well, our first question is never, how can we get our money back? Instead, we ask, what can we do to help this program succeed? While it's not hands-on client-facing work, it gives me the chance to make system-level changes in our community, and I know that the programs we fund are able to do their best because of the work we do on the Vision Council. If you have a passion for basic needs, education, financial stability, or health, and have a couple hours each month to give, please reach out to Katrina or Mitch to get a volunteer application. We currently have the greatest need on our Health and our Basic Needs Council, so please reach out. One of the coolest things about being on the Vision Council is that it connects me to the United Way's work. Thanks to this connection, it was a no-brainer to sign up when I heard about this year's Day of Action project, which Tammy is here to explain.
Thanks, Katie. I'm so excited for this year's Day of Action. So typically for Day of Action, we would gather hundreds of volunteers at dozens of projects around town. We do things like landscaping, painting, and whatever needs done at the charity we're visiting. Day of Action provides a way to stay engaged with our local charity community and get folks to dip their toe into volunteering. Putting some sweat equity into a local organization provides a connection you just can't get from a flyer and frees up their resources for direct service. And since United Way switches up where you serve each year, over time you get acquainted with a huge variety of organizations here in town. Over the last year, we needed to mix things up. We switched the remote projects that everyone can do safely, whether that means logging onto Zoom for a mock interview with a local District 186 student or dropping supplies off at the United Way office. There are plenty of ways to get involved while staying safe. This year, we have 4 highlighted projects we want to share with you, one for each Vision Council. I know from experience that our basic needs and education project days are a super easy way to make a direct impact. They're drives. And to keep things simple, they're both at the United Way office on Wabash from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. On Saturday, May 1st, we'll have an education supply drive where you can donate any supplies you might be able to provide for the summer education programs listed on the screen. We all know this was not a normal school year, and our summer programs will need all the help they can get to fight the summer slide and prepare students for the next school year. So gather up any supplies you see listed on the screen and come to the United Way office on May 1st. The next day, May 2nd, we'll have our Basic Needs Day, a baby supply drive for Minnie O'Byrne Crisis Nursery and Contact Ministries, just in time for Mother's Day. Last time we did this, we practically filled Minnie O'Byrne's entryway. So let's make this one just as momentous. Bring your diapers, formula, and wipes because this drive will be 1 week before Mother's Day, and no mother should have to go without these supplies. And these drives are a great way to engage your coworkers. For example, last year, I set up a box in the break room here at Security Bank to collect supplies, and on the day of the drive, I delivered them for the team. You'll feel like a hero, and your business may even get a shout out on United Way's social media for being such a good steward of your community. We don't just have drives planned this year for Day of Action projects. Mitch, what else do we have for our volunteers?
Thanks, Tammy. Now, for our Health Day of Action, we have something a little more hands-on. So we've partnered with SIU and the Sangamon County Public Health Department to create an opportunity that just could not be more timely. And it's this easy. So we posted instructions on our website for how to reach out to someone in your life and guide them through these 3 questions. So 1, are you planning on getting the COVID vaccine? Number 2, do you need help scheduling an appointment? Now, this is where our instructions can help. And 3, do you need help with transportation to and from your appointment? This is where you being a volunteer can help. Now, these may seem like simple questions, but for those who aren't as comfortable with the healthcare world or technology, these could be the questions that make the difference for that person. And speaking of making a difference, our last project for our Day of Action this year is one of the most hands-on volunteer projects we have ever had at United Way, where you can interact directly with the people you're helping. For our Financial Stability Day of Action on May 3rd, we're hosting our first ever mock interview event for juniors and seniors within the AVID programs of Springfield Public School District 186 in partnership with Express Employment Professionals and Lincoln Lane Community College. This event not only helps us support college and career readiness goals and youth employment, but it also provides us the opportunity to connect caring adults with students from all 3 of our District 186 high schools. We've been working hard with these partners to make this event awesome, and we are providing expert guidance to students beforehand, but that last and most essential piece of the puzzle is you, our volunteer. We have slots throughout the day on May 3rd, but we do need over 100 volunteers to sign up ahead of time to make this event work. Now, because we're working with a school district, we need to run background checks on our volunteers. So please download the packet through the link that Katrina's going to drop in the chat and get it back to me before April 8th to volunteer. Now, this is a great opportunity to make a direct difference in the life of a local student. and we hope you can join us for a shift or two, or four if you'd like, on May 3rd. Now, if any of these projects you heard about today sounded doable for you, check them out at the link on the screen, and Katrina is going to drop that in the chat as well. But with that, I think John is going to wrap us up.
Thank you, Mitch. And thank you, Katie and Tammy, for joining us this morning. On our next United We Learn, we will provide an insight into what it's really like as an ALICE family. ALICE is the acronym for Asset Limited Income Constrained Employed. Here in Sangamon County, 1 in 3 families live below the ALICE threshold, meaning they don't make enough money to afford their basic necessities. This is a really interactive experience that can put you in the shoes of an ALICE family and might change your perspective about a lot of things in our community. So you won't want to miss it. This concludes today's program, and we'll keep the session open for a few minutes to address any questions that have been posted in chat. Any questions that we don't get to in the next few minutes will be addressed and saved on our website. Thank you. Have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend. And if you haven't done so already, please sign up for our statewide 21-week equity challenge.